Yeah, what makes the grand final special is it's very unpredictable. I feel like people have extremely good races, and it's a complete different beast. The grand final. I've led into grand finals and walked away with nothing. I've also come into grand finals with no lead, but came away with something on the podium, but never that championship win. So it's I think you can have a very good season throughout the whole year, but if you have a bad grand final, it's it could really derail your championship series. Heading for the world title, and I'm a victim of that, of my own doing. And this year I don't think I'll be up there and competitive, but it's just nice to kind of come down a distance and race this and keep it relevant heading into LA. But next year I think I'll be looking to go for the title again. Yeah, I think the grand final, especially like within the pros, I guess we look at it as a world championship, but obviously it's not crowned as a world championship, but there's something about winning the grand final that just has that little bit of extra spark on the rest of the events through the series. I think it's mainly due because for their age groups, it's their world championships, and there's a lot more people around that get amongst the grand final. So I know it's like a unwritten thing, I guess, within the pros, that it's like a big race for everyone, and everyone wants to obviously win the grand final, and it holds a massive amount of weight for the standings for the World Series champion. And I feel, looking at a guy that's not in, I guess, say, contention for the title, it's really nice to see there's 4 guys, even 5 guys that could potentially walk away with the title if people don't have the day they need, or they have the day they need. They can just get so many more points. It's worth 250 points more at the grand final than a normal 1,000-point race. So it's really interesting, but also it counts as another race. So if you have a terrible race and you don't place in the top 10, that could really, as I said, it could really mess up your season. It happened to me in Abu Dhabi, where all I had to do was finish one place. So I think I needed to finish 8th, and I finished 9th and lost the series. And it's happened in a few other races as well. I think Pontevedra, and then obviously last year. But last year was more that I had to bank on others to, same thing, to have a bad race for me to win the series. So as I said, it's a very interesting aspect, and that's what I think is special about the grand final, is you never know what can happen on the day. I think Maddie's had a great season this year, and coming into the grand final, you can never go into a grand final and say you have it wrapped up. I think it's super important to go in focused and have a goal in hand. And himself racing at home, I think is fantastic, and I think he really wants to bring it home for himself, but also Australia as well. And it'll be super nice to see that. But obviously here's Vasco and Hidalgo, right on his feet too. So if any one of those 3 slip up, another guy could definitely take it for the bid. And maybe when I head there to Wollongong, I can maybe potentially help upset a few things as well. So as I said, I'm not really in contention, but I've got enough races to still actually do quite well. As I said, like if some people don't have the races they wanted to, there's opportunity for me to even still finish on the World Series podium if other races through the season, the last 2 races of the season, go well. So we'll see what happens, and I'll be going there full noise. But once again, for me, it'll be a double weekend, a double header for me again. So we'll see how that goes. Like the same. I think I've been in the running for the series many times. Edmonton was the same thing. I think Alex and I we didn't have our good days on that race, and obviously Christian came in and won that season. And then the year after that was Dubai and Abu Dhabi, and I messed that one up as well, and Pontevedra as well. You know, Dorian was ranked 6th and he won, I think, overall. So yeah, that's a massive thing as well. You know, not really winning a race and then finishing the last race and winning it, and then winning the series. So it just goes to show, yeah, how, as I said, how much a grand final plays off. So yeah, you look at guys that are, you know, sitting in the, you know, as I said, the top 6 can, you know, definitely rattle the feathers, and you know, it just takes one mistake or something little to really flip the script and you know, change the series completely. So yeah, there's been some great memories for me, and obviously some not great memories in grand finals, but I hope I can finish a Wollongong on a high. And yeah, obviously it's been a bit of a roller coaster this year for me, so it'd be nice just to finish off the World Series in Wollongong with this, you know, a result that I'm, you know, comfortably satisfied with.